Updates regarding Shiba Inu are now available, and they are time-sensitive. You should not miss this video if you are interested in Shiba Inu or own SHIB tokens. Is there any fresh information on Shiba Inu coins? And if so, how will it impact their value? All of this new information about Shiba Inu that has recently surfaced will be answered in today's video, along with any questions you may have. Please watch this video all the way to the finish, so you won't miss any of the information I've gathered. Additionally, before we continue, this channel is giving away 1 million Shiba tokens every single day. Anyone can enter as long as they are a subscriber, like this video, and use the hashtag #ShibaInu in their comments. Wishing you the best. But before we dive into the meat of the matter, how about we check out the Shiba price chart for May 20th? Approximately 1,431 Shiba Inu units are being sold today. In the last 24 hours, the price of SHIB has increased by a significant percentage, with a trading volume of $190 million. At the moment, the token is the 19th most valuable cryptocurrency, with a market worth of over $8.4 billion. The prices shown in this video are subject to change at any moment. We do not provide financial advice on this content. The video for today is ready to go. An unidentified whale dissolves. Bybit hosts a billion Shiba Inu. An enormous, mostly dormant wallet transferred over 10.76 billion Shiba Inu tokens, with a total value of around $153,000, to Bybit earlier today. This transfer was done in two stages, the first comprising 10.768 billion SHIB, and the second involving 15 million SHIB, even though the address hasn't seen any activity over the last year. Both instances use the identical Bybit deposit address to receive the tokens. Bolus entratus sumtensik intradip, was entratus recib entratus wedding of fic. This marks the first significant SHIB transaction in the wallet's history, which spans almost a year. The most recent one was when Qcoin received 0.6 billion SHIB. Prior to then it had received large amounts of SHIB from Binance hot wallets, specifically 12 billion, 178 million, and 198 million SHIB. However, up until today, there had been no action on that address. The meme coin's price had lately fallen off after reaching local highs, and around the time of the transfer, it was trading at roughly 1419 units. Presently, SHIB is stabilizing slightly below the resistance level of 1700 units, but it sits above its 50-day moving average, according to the chart. In this light, the whale's movements may indicate that they are cashing in on previous gains, or are getting ready to sell a long-held investment. Having lost much of its value, the pocketbook is now worth little more than $213. A few smaller tokens together with little amounts of Ethereum and BNB are currently in its balance. Thus it's more probable that the SHIB transfer was an outright withdrawal than a balance. Please, if you are still here, hit that like button. Your support means the world to me. With no out-of-pocket expense, you can show your support for the channel. If you want to know what's happening with Shiba Inu and where the currency could go from here, you'll have to see the show. Sold 1 trillion SHIB tokens. If prices change, how will they change? Shiba Inu purchasers have returned to the market after a time of net seller domination. Ever since then, shopkeepers and whales alike have been accumulating. To begin with, after a brief hiatus, whales are back in the market. Concerns that whales were pulling their money out of the market were sparked 4 days ago, when the inflow of whale capital plummeted to 163 billion SHIB tokens. But now that buying has started up again, it seems like people are interested in the meme coin again. SHIB whales start to gather again. There has been a change in market sentiment among major investors, as Shiba Inu whales have amassed 1.04 trillion SHIB tokens in the past 24 hours. It appears that whales now view the market favorably for taking positions, as seen by the spike in cash inflow. The majority of whales are purchasing meme currency right now, according to the net flow data. A positive capital inflow of 266 billion shishi occurred yesterday, as large holders registered an outflow of 778 billion SHIB. Whales are mostly buying a SHIB, which means that demand is currently surpassing outflow in terms of capital inflow. Their increased enthusiasm is a bullish indicator of their faith in the meme coin. Accumulation is common among market participants, even beyond whale activity. The power is with the buyers in the spot market. Seller has sold 326 billion SHIB, and buyer has purchased 338.28 billion. There appears to be more purchasing pressure than selling activity, as indicated by this positive order imbalance. With a positive exchange net flow, this market behavior is further established. The Shiba Inu exchange net flow has been negative for 2 days in a row, according to crypto quant statistics. A huge outflow of exchange has occurred over this time, as the total net flow has reached 123 billion. Also, there has been significant accumulation, with over 372 billion SHIB tokens leaving markets. The scarcity of meme coins has surged due to stockpiling among whales and retail traders, resulting in a stock-to-flow ratio of 2.2k. There is currently less Shiba Inu, the meme coin, to sell due to the increased outflow of exchanges. If demand increases or stays the same, and supply decreases, prices tend to climb. Given these circumstances, Shiba Inus are in a better position to benefit from the rules of supply and demand, and see more price increases. Where does SHIB go from here? Meme coins' price charts have been positively affected by the increased accumulation, as predicted. Exactly 1 week after hitting a low of 1,388 units, the meme coin has risen to 1,492 units. Despite the little gains, it indicates that investors may start to accumulate more meme currency, which might lead to a large recovery and much greater gains. So SHIB might recoup 1580 units in the near future if the trend persists and market participants start to accumulate. If the Shiba Inu price breaks through this level of resistance, it will surge to 1700 units. Meme currency will retrace to 1380 units if sellers re-enter the market. On the other hand, the meat of today's video is about to begin. Shiba Inu population booms by 137% in a day. Where is everyone? The Shiba Inu meme coin is making a triumphant return to the limelight, after experiencing a massive surge in major transaction activity, a 13% rise in only 1 day. Although price movement has not mirrored this surge in activity with the same ferocity, the surge in whale activity is sufficient to indicate a possible change in the market. From a technical standpoint, the volume profile indicates decreasing activity, even if SHIB is making an effort to consolidate near its local highs. This disparity, which displays a decreasing volume alongside an ever-increasing price, often signals buyer fatigue or the start of a reversal. Since there are a lot of big holdings and not many tiny ones, SHIB's price could go up or down a lot depending on what the whales do next. Still, on-chain signals are mostly negative, with in-the-money measures and net network growth flashing red. There seems to be little change in retail interest, and fewer people are using Telegram. There is liquidity in the market for SHIB, as seen by its $36.78 million trading volume, but any unexpected catalyst, positive or negative, might swiftly create volatility. Despite SHIB's meme coin roots, the cryptocurrency has developed a cult-like following, and a massive market valuation of $8.76 billion. However, the data we have so far suggests that this is the crucial area. Perhaps SHIB will retest 1600 units, if volume recovers, and it bounces off the 100 EMA. However, if crucial support is not preserved, and the transaction momentum continues to decline, it may retest 1200 or even 1130 units. Never lose sight of the 26 EMA. This current rally might come to an abrupt end if it collapses.